Hey guys, Lester, and welcome to the season finale of Minecraft War, Season 6, here on the channel. It has been an amazing journey this season. We had a lot of fun. We did not too many things. We did enough things for it to be interesting and iconic of a season for War. And today, basically, what we're going to be doing is hopping around, looking at how far in the storm has moved, and essentially figure out what we want to do next here for the next season of Minecraft War. So, if you guys remember how this season started off, we had, honestly, we had like 5 to 6 people join the first day. We had a lot happening in terms of kills. Most kills were actually got the first week. And then after that, it kind of just went from there. But the majority of people got kills the first week. We essentially figured out that essentially 30,000 was too big of a space. We decided to start closing in the barrier, or the storm as we've been calling it this season. And if you're wondering where the storm is now, it's actually 1,000 blocks. This entire world is now only 1,000 blocks in diameter. Now, the interesting thing is, after I said it in yesterday's live stream video, and if you haven't seen that video yet, go check that one out before watching this one, because we're kind of just going to be rehashing what we talked about in that video here and adding on to it. So we basically talked about how the world, once it started moving in, people just lost interest for some reason. I'm not sure why. For anyone who was playing on here, if you'd like to let me know in the comments down below what your reason for really stopped playing was, I'd be honestly curious just to get the feedback so we can make next season all of the more better. But as you know, we had a lot of people kind of just stop playing after the first week, and it was right after I closed the border the first time. And it could be a coincidence, but it could also be because most people's bases were out by the border. And I specifically said, like, the first 2 episodes, do not build your base right out as far as you possibly can go, because the moment that we close the border the first week, you're losing all of that. And I know personally, because I lost all my stuff when we closed the border yesterday. So it was really kind of like, it made sense for me to lose my stuff then, because the series is over, so there's not much I can improve upon. However, for people that were literally the first week, for you to lose all your stuff you've got so far, that's literally like, oh, well, now I can't do anything. And I know how Minecraft people play these days. You lose your stuff once, and you're just kind of like, well, no point in me playing on here anymore. Don't entirely understand that still, but, you know, that's kind of how it worked. So, that's the thing. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you guys did enjoy this season of Minecraft War, click that like button to show support. I want to see this video get 15 likes throughout its entire span of life before Season 7 starts. I want to see this video actually get 15 likes by the end of this week. And then I want to see it go all the way up to, we'll say, 20 likes by August, we'll say. Because that's when the next season of War is hopefully starting. That's right, Season 7 will be starting in August, preferably the first day of August, and then so on and so forth, and they will end before, hopefully, before I go back to college, which is the last week of August. So that season is going to be shorter. However, it's going to be more action-packed, and I already have plans for it, which we will go on to talk about later on. And I just realized, can I really not place that? I didn't know you couldn't do that. I didn't know you couldn't place a bed on leaves. That's stupid. Can I sleep, please? Thank you. But yeah, another thing is there was a little bit of confusion in the comments for yesterday's stream whenever I said I was going to, quote, kill myself at the end of today's video, which I'm still going to do. Somebody commented and asked, well, what's the point of doing that? You're going to give your stuff to all the enemies and they're just going to be able to get more kills and then win. And, well, that's all decided at the end of this video. Like, any kills, if you guys didn't know, any kills that happen, essentially, off-put of this final video do not count anymore. So, what I'm going to be doing is, because anything can still happen in this video itself, if this kill board on the right side of my screen changes from now until, is that someone's house? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. But yeah, like I was saying, if, this kill board changes from now until the end of this video, then yes, that will count. But after I declare the quote-unquote winner, that's it. Okay, no, seriously, this had to be someone's house, right? I know what this structure is, but it doesn't spawn with all these logs out like this, does it? Maybe I've just never seen it spawn. I swear it does not spawn with all these logs out like this. Somebody had to have done this, right? I don't know. Interesting, though. But yeah. like I was saying, so as soon as this video, like right at the end of this video, before I do my outro, I will announce the official winner, if there is one. And then that'll be it. And that's another question the person posed. He was like, well, what happens if there's no winner? You have to have a winner, and if it's a current three-way tie, then you still have to keep playing to decide, right? Wrong. There can be a tie, and I always say this at the beginning of all my war seasons. It's just, it's never happened before. But this might be the first season we actually get a tie. Nothing wrong about that. You can have a tie in war. I mean, who really wins in war, right? But we're not going to get into that right now. What we are going to discuss, however, is what the next season is going to possibly offer. Now, I've said before that what I want the next season to be starting off is a kind of homage to all the previous Minecraft War seasons, because this is going to be our 7th one. And before we say, well, wouldn't it make more sense to have done it in Season 5 or Season 10? Well, I'm deciding to do it in this one because there is a chance that the next one, depending on how it does, will be our last Minecraft War that we will ever do. Or at least for a long time, because, first off, since I'm going back to college, as you guys know, I don't do Minecraft War during the school year. So that's already 6 to 8 months. Then, I would do it in winter, but I'm going to decide against that this time around just because there won't be, I don't think, enough time. We'll have to see how things go. But again, it all determines on how the Season 7 does in terms of, well, popularity and whatnot. So how we're going to do it is it's going to be an homage to all the previous Minecraft War seasons. So it's going to take a little piece of something from each of the... I'm going to try hard to do this. From each of the previous seasons of Minecraft War and add them all into one thing. And that's what's going to be Season 7. So I'm going to try my hardest. If I can't manage to get all this, something from all the seasons... am I actually stuck in this boat right now? Hello? There we go. That's the one bug I never really liked, is how sometimes you can literally get stuck in the boat when you're trying to press shift and it doesn't let you get out. By the way, I'm going to kill this pink sheep because it's a rare thing indeed to find a pink sheep. Not really, but either way. But yeah, like I was saying, we are going to be taking a little piece from each season. As of what world type it'll be, it's going to be slightly a surprise. I might give hints about it later on in the summer when we get closer to the season. So I'm not going to tell you guys what the world type is yet. By the way, here's the border. And what else? By the way, I'd be impressed if you told me the storm hasn't taken up your base yet, since there's only 1,000 blocks total of the world right now. So if you somehow have kept your base alive to this point in time, comment down below at the end of this video, actually. Let me know if your base is still within the 1,000 block radius, because that's going to be interesting. But yeah, world type's going to be secret. I already pretty much know what it's going to be, though. So don't bother suggesting it. I already kind of know what it's going to be. And I already know what I'm going to do for the rule play. Like, the rules. Because as you guys know, I like improving on the rules every single season. Things that didn't go too well in the previous season, I like to expand and adjust the rules for the next season. So, telling you guys right now, the next season, there's probably going to be a log time. And what I mean by that is, like, how much time you can spend on the server per 24 hours or per day, just to keep it simple. Because the main issue that I find in some seasons of war is some person stays on, and this has been all throughout all my seasons. There's always one person that stays on 24/7 for the first week and gets literally everything, and then nobody feels like fighting him, obviously, because he's in either full enchanted diamond, full whatever the best armor is that you can get. Here's another pink sheep. Let's kill it. Sorry I hit you, black sheep. I was trying to hit the pink one. But yeah, like, there's always someone that has the best stuff possible, and nobody bothers to try to fight it. This has got to be man-made. Because they're like, well, what's the point? I'm just dying. And you are correct. What is the point if someone has everything in the first day and nobody else can compete with that? So for that reason, we're going to have a, since I can't really, I know there's a way in current Minecraft to turn off crafting recipes. There's like actual vanilla commands now, so you can actually like disable certain crafting recipes. But I'm not going to do something like that. That, in my opinion, is stupid. I'm just going to have it so you can only play on the server for a certain period of time every single day. And if you go a little bit over, that's fine. But like, it's not going to be, I can tell you right now, 12 hours on the server constantly, even at AFK or whatnot. Yeah, no, sorry, not allowed. And if we say, well, you could install a plugin that does that. since it's, I can tell you guys right now, it's obviously not going to be vanilla, so we can't do that. And before any of you say, well, you can just set up a command block that does that. No, I'll just monitor my server feed. If I see someone that seems like they've been on long, like, I mean, I can see the time of how long someone's been on till. So, like, if someone's been on for too long, I will just either kick them or just ban them for the rest of the day and then unban them the next day. I guess that's what you could do. It's going to be work. That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, again, this is why things like this can only happen during the summer when I have the time to do it. And even now with, like, my current work schedule, I really don't have the time to do what I'm suggesting. But I think that this is, like, really the only way we're going to be able to do it perfectly, because we can't have someone just get everything in the first day or week, for that matter, and then no one else can compete with it. And also, that forces people to possibly get on more at the same time, because if you can only be on for so long at the same time a day, like, people are going to be like, well, I'm going to use my, let's say, hypothetically speaking, it's 5 minutes, even though I know that's not going to be it, nowhere near, that's way too less of time, little time, I should say. But, like, let's say hypothetically it's 5 minutes, so, like, what if 3 people were like, well, I'm going to use all my 5 minutes right now so we can all get on together and then possibly kill one another. Like, that's kind of how that works. Also, another thing I'm probably going to have in the next season is no teaming. And before you say, well, everyone's going to give stuff to other people, whatnot, and that's fine, but I'm going to have literally the rule of you cannot team with someone else. You cannot just stick with someone else the entire game and just essentially either mooch off of their items or don't, yeah, either mooch off their items, never fight, or just kind of be like, well, if they're not gonna fight someone, then I'm not going to fight someone. I'm just going to sit and hide in their base the entire time, not do anything. And I am referencing things across all my seasons of war that have happened. So, yeah, no teaming. And there's going to be a time limit how long it can be on. By the way, crafting table. I'm going to break that so it looks like I raided someone's base. There, I did it. I'm actually going to collect this. Gimme. I want this craft table. If I had an anvil, I would name it. Yeah, it looks like someone has obviously been here. They have raided this place. Interesting. It'd be funny if I did find someone's base while doing this. I have no timer right now, so I have no idea how long this video is going to be. It's just literally me walking around talking about what this season, or what next season is going to be. But yeah, the no team, you guys can let me know your feedback in the comments, but I'm going to probably heavily keep the no teaming thing. As for the how long you can be on the server playing, I know a lot of people already are going to disagree with that, but you have to trust me on this one. It's not going to be like, I'm not going to let you be on more than an hour or something. I'm going to make the time reasonable. It's just I'm not going to let someone be on for 12 hours every day and just kind of ruin it for everyone else. And you could say, well, that's everyone else's fault for not getting on. But yes, everyone does have a schedule. And it also keeps it more fair for me as well. Because as you guys know, I can only be on for a certain period of time really every day. I've never really done much off-camera work. And when I do, it's normally something that I already started in the prior episode that I'm just getting done with. Or traveling back to my house or something like that. I've never sat off-camera and done something for several hours on this server. The only thing coming close to that was the other day when I was trying to craft one of the guns, and that was like me on for like 10 minutes trying to figure out the recipes and get stuff ready, which I didn't even have the materials for. But yeah, that's what I'm essentially saying. See, there's another barn, but it doesn't have the wood underneath it. I don't get it. Maybe somebody wanted to make that their house and they just didn't. Who knows? But yeah, so what have we gone over so far? So we're gonna have and as for, like I said, I was taking a piece from every series. I'm going to try to take one mod from every prior season and throw it all into one mod pack. And no, that does not mean I'm going to use the mod that was like the iconic mod of that season. Like, for example, this season, obviously Tech Guns was the primary mod. That doesn't mean I'm going to take that mod from this mod pack. I first have to find one mod from each 6... Well, technically we don't count the 4th season because that was vanilla. So the other 5 seasons, we're going to check, or the other 4 seasons, I mean, we're going to take a mod from each one, see if they all balance and work compatibly with one another. And then, on top of that, I'm going to choose 3 additional mods, or add-ons, hint, that seem to correspond or go with the theme that's already going, or we'll just add in something new. Hopefully by this point in time we will be in the 1.13 age and all the things I'm referencing right now will be updated. However, I'm saying right now, if 1.13's mod selection is not as diverse as 1.12's yet, we will stick to 1.12 just to make it not easier, but just to make it more like, because again, if we're taking everything from each season, then obviously 1.12 is our only option right now, unless, again, 1.13 updates and adds all the mods to that version, which it could. It's got, what, 2 months to do it. Actually, 1 month to do it. 1.13 is not even out yet. But, yeah, that's essentially how that's going to work. And again, guys, this is going to be the video to leave all your descriptions, comments, and concerns about Season 7. I say this every season, and sometimes people still don't really believe me when I say this is the video I look back on and check before I start setting up the next season, because I like to refresh my memory on all your guys' comments. So, if at any point in time from now until the beginning of August, if you think of any ideas that could possibly correspond or work with Season 7 that I haven't already mentioned or clarified, just chuck them in the comment section of this video, and I will definitely reference them. Don't go into one of my random mod showcase 3 weeks later and be like, hey, I just thought of something for Minecraft War, you should do this. Because although I may read it at that time, I'm probably not going to remember it or reference it before the next season, unless it really is a killer idea, and I'm like, dang, I better write that down. But yeah, just so you guys know, to summarize, I already have an idea for the world type. I have, obviously, what version we're using is, without a doubt, either 1.12 or 1.13. And the mods we're using are going to be one from each prior season, and then we're going to add in a few more after that. I said 3 is a rough number, but it might be more, it might be less. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm going to try to make it the mod pack less strenuous than this mod pack, but nobody really had an issue running this mod pack. It's just one person had an issue getting the Headcrumbs mod to work. Other than that, that's it. And then, really, actually, no, I strike that comment. 2 people had an issue getting the overall mod pack to work just because of how strenuous it was on a computer. But, yeah. I took some of that into factor already thinking about Season 7 whenever we talk about the world type. And I guess you could say that is your hint for the next season. And before everyone comments saying amplified. Oh boy, that's just the meme right now at this point. Are we about to hit the other border of the world? Oh, this is awesome. We're just traveling through. Literally to give myself something to do. Now I can say I've explored the entire world today because I went from one corner to the other. It's easy when there's only 1,000 blocks to work with, am I right? But yeah, that's essentially what is going to be happening for the next season. And I'm honestly excited for it. Like, don't get me wrong, this season was a blast, but it could have been way better. And I think partially the reason for why it wasn't was, for starters, the world was too big to start off with. I'm going to say that right now. 30,000 was way too big to start off with. Even though we were closing in the border every single time, it gave people too much to work with to start off with. So that's going to be probably fixed for next season. Very heavily fixed, I'll say. On top of that, what was the other issue we had? Just people, this has always been the issue with servers, though, people not being on at the same time. When you have a limited people, I said this in yesterday's live stream video, whenever you only have about 8 people playing on here, to start with, not even total, just that's the start. Normally that number dwindles down to always. Oh look, this place hasn't been raided yet. I would attempt it, but I don't feel like dying yet. But yeah, whenever you have only 8 people playing, give or take 4 people get sick of it, so you only have 4 people playing. When the world is as big as it is, like, right now is about the size of the world you'd want to have for only 4 people. Because there's enough for people to move around in, at the same time not find one another. That's why I liked, I've never referenced this before, but that's kind of why I liked the PlayStation 3's version of Minecraft when it first came out, because, and Xbox 360, but, so essentially it was a world that was only, I think, about 2,000 blocks wide. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was something around, you could basically walk from one side of the world to the other in only about 30 minutes if you really wanted to. It was not even 30 minutes, actually, correction. It was like 5 minutes. It tried to have all the biomes in itself. I don't know how that really worked. Well, now the world's infinite, but this is before they had like infinite world generation in that version of Minecraft. But it just worked. Because I literally had, I think, 12 of my friends on the world at once, and, like, although we were all, like, living together and stuff, it was still a cool and fun experience, because, like, the world was small enough that we could always run into one another when we were doing stuff. It was funny. Now, for this environment where you have to constantly get kills, that's also a good thing, because you're always going to be running into people. At the same time, you could still avoid people if you had to. So, yeah, I'll tell you guys right now, like, the world size for the next season is definitely not going to be over 5,000. I will say that right now. It's probably not even going to be over 3,000. Might not even be over 2,000, depending on what we see. You guys can, again, leave your feedback in the comments. But, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure the way this can work best is when we have a smaller world. Because I forget which, was it Season 3? That we only, Season 1 and 2, we had infinite size. There was no barrier. Season 3, we started the barrier thing. Season 4 we had it, Season 5 we had it, and Season 6 we had it. And, oh no. This way, we're going this way. I know the aircraft carrier was still kind of within the barrier. I'm not dealing with that right now. No thank you. Before that's someone's base, but they just never killed the attack helicopter. Now, that'd be a way to do it. Just avoid the attack. That wouldn't make sense. Getting shot at constantly. But, that's the aircraft carrier. For anyone who hasn't seen it in the Tech Guns mod, it can spawn. I wish I had my Optifine on so I could zoom, but, you know, that's also what causes lag. Guys, for future reference, if I start complaining about lag and you notice I have Optifine, tell me to uninstall Optifine. Even if I say I've already done it before, just tell me you've said this before, Austin, just uninstall it. Don't listen to yourself. But I still don't think okay, listen guys, listen. I know Optifine might have been the issue in this time of thing, but I really don't think Optifine was the issue because I tried uninstalling that at one point and it didn't work. But somehow it works when I'm told a second time to uninstall it. I don't know. But I got sidetracked. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the world size went up. But so yeah. To conclude that, we're probably going to have a smaller world just so we can have more killing happening, not just in the first. Because in the first video, everyone obviously is around spawn, so then you get kills. And then after that, it's literally just if you know where someone's base is, you go and trap it or kill them or something. Until that happens, there's no killing that happens. Nobody will tell you where their base is. So you need to have a world that's small enough so somebody can find someone's base, even if they are not telling where it is. And has really no one ever... Oh, someone has raided this, but they didn't take the chest, so I know it wasn't me. But, yeah, I really, I'm kind of, like, ready to start setting up the world right now for Season 7, but obviously we're a month ahead of time, so I can't do that. We also have plans to set up our new ore spawn series. But that is coming the following week. Next week, or what's today? Today's Saturday, right? Okay, so, like, this Monday into Friday is our Lucky Block week. So if you guys don't know what that is, essentially... Oh, is this a Mesa biome? We haven't been to the Mesa biome yet, have we? Oh, yeah, isn't this where we died, like, the first... it is. Alright, let's go visit the Mesa biome while I'm talking about this. But yeah, our Lucky Block week will be this week. So if you don't know what this essentially what it is we, as stated, every video that week will be a Lucky Block mod showcases, 2 a day, maybe 3 a day, depending on how I'm feeling that day, or how much time I have on my hands. And it's just us reviewing all the Lucky Block mods we have collected up until this point. There are 2 more Lucky Blocks that I actually have to get today that I saw online, and they're actually one's the Doritos Lucky Block, and another one, I forget what it's called. But yeah, we're adding those to the list. Now, not to say that they'll all be reviewed, because I have, like I said, like 15 Lucky Block mods, and there's not enough days in the week, or even if I did 2 times a week, that's only 10 Lucky Blocks, so we'll still have some extra. And I'm just going to randomly select them by the day, which ones to review. So don't think I'm going in alphabetical order or anything. I was thinking about it, but then I'm like, nah, because that's too predictable. So yeah, we're just gonna... Can I just say this first time I've been to Mesa? But I'm gonna take this back to spawn. I'm gonna take this 1 terracotta block back to spawn. I should have lived here. This place is awesome. I love the Mesa biome just because it's so unique and different. Like, they could have made a dimension out of this place, for crying out loud. Look how you... Like, I know this is kind of like how it works in real life, but like in Minecraft, this was the coolest biome they could have added. Because it's just so different. You could say, well, the ice bike biome, but that's literally just a rehashing of the taiga biome, but with ice. Honestly. Another one that I like is the frozen ocean biome. If you get a big one, it's literally the entire ocean. It's just a sheet of ice that you can walk across, and it's pretty cool. Again, you could just say, well, that's just ice instead of water. Yeah, but you can walk on it. You can walk on it, though. You don't need those Frostwalker boots that I've never actually used before. I have never gotten / used the Frostwalker boots in Minecraft. They've been here since 1.10. But yeah, like, I'm really... Oh yeah, also, I forgot to say, after, of course, Lucky Block week will be the start of our ore spawn series. So yeah, unfortunately it's not. I know I said in some of my videos this week that it was happening, well, this week. No, because I forgot I promised the Lucky Block week first. So we're doing that and then we're doing ore spawn. And just to reference it, I know the person that commented probably is not going to watch this video, but somebody commented in my first video of my preseason of ore spawn and asked about the Lucky Block that I used in that season. If you guys remember, I basically used the what's called the ore spawn Lucky Block, and they asked how you get the ore spawn Lucky Block. Well, essentially you just Google ore spawn Lucky Block and it should come up. But like, I've always had a custom Lucky Block for 1.7.10. Essentially what I mean by that is I've taken, if you guys remember how 1.7.10 Lucky Blocks worked, there wasn't an add-ons folder. It was just you had the one Lucky Block and you just swap out its file with other Lucky Blocks. But what I did was I copied and pasted the drops from each and every of those Lucky Block mods into one Lucky Block file. So I essentially had 50 Lucky Blocks, and I'm not exaggerating with this number. I essentially had like 50 different Lucky Block mods in 1.7.10 all put in the... Am I out of food? Oh my gosh, I'm out of food. I was wondering, I was like, why is my hunger not replenishing? I was completely out of food there. That's what happens when you walk the whole episode. But yeah, so it was pretty easy to do. Just copy and paste the files in, but we're not talking about that right now. I just wanted to reference that because I feel like I've never explained that before. I might have, though. Probably have. But yeah, hopefully, Season 7 will do better. You know what? Let's head back to spawn. Let's teleport back to spawn. Hopefully, Season 7 will do way better than Season 6 ever did. I'm going to say right now, I think Season 6 did worse than Season 5. You guys can debate that if you want, but I'm pretty sure it did. Definitely not worse than Season 4. Still, the best season ever was probably Season 1. And then Season 3. Then I'll say Season 5, and now Season 6. It wasn't the best, solely because people just literally lost interest after the first week. And it's kind of interesting that that happened, but I mean, what are you going to do? I like the idea of having spawn made out of bedrock. Even though it wasn't never really blown up or anything, actually it was repaired. Somebody went around and just repaired this entire thing with dirt. Like, this is a giant cavern right here, if you guys didn't know. If you look down there, that is this whole area. Somebody literally went over this with dirt for some reason. Oh yeah, I forgot terracotta block. Let me just, there. But yeah, oh yeah, wait, we're not done. And then wool of the pink sheep. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so, yeah, that is basically going to conclude today's, well, this is going to finish up the series. I hope you guys did enjoy. Remember, if you did, click that like button to show your support. We're trying to go for 15 likes on this Minecraft War video. And don't like it for the video, like it for the entire season of Minecraft War Season 6. And I guess next time I see you guys will be in our Lucky Block week, but in terms of this series, Season 7. So, hope you guys are excited and ready for it. Remember, it's happening at the beginning of August, if I get everything set up by then. It might happen, like, at the end of July-ish, but I'll give you guys more details as we approach that season. And it's time to announce the winner of Minecraft War Season 6. It is an actual three-way tie. That is right. We actually did, as you guys have probably already caught on, we had a three-way tie for first place. So, there will be no declaration of who won out of the three people, but just so you know, Kristen, Pretender, and Mr. Figgle, all with 3 kills each, with a combined total of 9 kills, are tied for first place. So, if any of them want to get on after this, as you guys know, I do leave the world up always. I keep the server open until Season 7. We start prepping for Season 7. The world will get deleted, but until then, you guys can still are welcome to hop on here, do whatever you want to. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for your support on this series, and hopefully the next one will be better. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.